welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the third season of Sex Education. So I watched it right when it came out. I finished it within a few days, but I had to take some time to gather my thoughts and make a full in-depth review on my feelings and thoughts about the season. So get some snacks, get comfortable, and enjoy. So season 3 of Sex Education was centered around the growth of the characters. This was alluded in the promo for this season. So they use flowers and associate them with each of the characters depending on their personality traits, because flowers all have different types of meanings. So it was posted on the Sex Education Netflix Instagram. I loved how beautiful the promo was this season. That's probably one of my favorite parts about the season. So throughout the season, I personally enjoyed watching the characters have quality self-growth. So season 1 was basically just an introductory to the world of sex education, while season 2 thickened the plot for the characters and introduced some new ones. Season 3 further introduced some new characters, and then the creators decided to make it a time for character development. I think that was needed because the characters, not all of them were one note. We've seen some changes from Jean, from Otis, from Maeve, and Eric, and also Adam, but it didn't go far as it should have. But now, season 3 allowed the characters to have development, and that was needed. So, the first episode opens with a sex scene of the current couples in the show. I think this is a great choice because it kind of caught us up with who's with who, and they've done with this with other starting scenes and episodes before, but just showing all of the couples at once, that was a great idea, and I enjoyed it. Of course, it's awkward to watch, but it was just a good, loud, in-your-face introduction to the first episode in season 3, and that's what that show is. Sex Education is not afraid to be crazy, be out there, and be inclusive. So I really love that. So basically, this season starts in the second semester. Season 2 was set in the first one, so it was a gap between a few months. The time jump really helped add to the plot and details and growth of characters in the season. So basically, in the first episode, Otis and Eric catch up on the way to school along with Adam, because Adam and Eric spent most of the break in between semesters together, so they just were catching up with each other. And Maeve, she's now spending more time with Isaac and Isaac's brother, and she eats breakfast with them every morning. So that's kind of what happened to her after she called social services on her mom because she was still using. For Amy, she now has to go with Steve. She's still with Steve, even though she's still struggling with trauma. And then, lastly, Jean has finally finished her book, and I'm really proud of her for that, and she's just accomplishing lots in her life, and she's also pregnant, and surprisingly, Otis actually is quite accepting about the pregnancy, and he seems to be supporting his mom, especially in the first episode. So, once the students are at school, they are introduced to the new headmaster, or headmistress, Hope, who she appears to have good intentions at first, but you can tell further in the episode that isn't really what she wants to do. She just wants to kind of seem like she's going to be a good principal, but you can tell she had other motivations from episode 1. So this kind of is shown when she asks Otis and Maeve to go to the office with her to talk about the clinic, and Maeve basically says that she's no longer friends with Otis, and after they leave the office, Otis is surprised as to why they aren't friends anymore, and Maeve says they've both changed a lot. So that's kind of how Otis and Maeve are at right now, but you can tell they still have lots of chemistry. So at the end of the episode, we discovered that Ruby and Otis were casually hooking up and got caught, and that was after they had sex at a Halloween party. And I thought that was just kind of, or a costume. I don't know if it was for Halloween, but it was a costume party. I know that. And I just thought that was a weird way to set them up together. But regardless, I think that's an interesting thing that they chose to do, especially after Otis had his first time with Ruby. So Kyle is the one that catches them, I'm pretty sure, and then he spreads their secret, of course. So a few other things I have to mention from the start of the season. So I really love Jackson and Cal. Cal is a new character. They are non-binary, and I'm glad they added a non-binary character to the show. And then, of course, we all saw the scene of Dex because his clothes got stolen by, now I forget her name. Oh, by, like, Emily. I forget her name. I forget the name of the teacher. I have my notes, but I'll probably talk about her later. But yeah, because she was like, why are they in because that was in the outside bathroom, the abandoned one. So yeah, so she just was cleaning up stuff. And then Jacob, Jean, I'm pretty sure Jean did tell Jacob about the pregnancy at the end of the episode. So yeah, that was really the first episode. I'm not covering the episode. I'm just talking about the start of the season, and now I'm going to talk about just all the major plot points and just do my review. I'll do a separate episode review for each episode later. So the first episode came in with a bang and didn't disappoint. We got more representation with the non-binary character Cal, drama, of course, and tension amongst the characters. So I'm going to start the next part off by saying what happened to Mr. Gruff. So he no longer has a job, no longer has a place to stay after the divorce, and then he's staying for Mr. Hendricks, but then he ends up going to his brother's. Oh no, he goes to his brother's, and no, he goes to his brother's first, and then he goes to stay with Mr. Hendricks, the music teacher. Otis shows growth by accepting his mom and her pregnancy, and Ruby and Otis become official, which I really liked them as a couple in this season. But when Ruby said that she loved Otis, you could tell it was they were only dating for like a week or like a couple weeks. Like, for her to say that, just, I know she trusted him, and when she showed him her house and the real life that she and her parents have, they have a nice cute little house. Her mom is a nurse, her dad smokes drugs and he's in bad condition, like not like a druggie, but like he smokes weed for medical purposes because he has a medical condition. And yeah, she just opened up to him, but Otis just didn't return the feelings because he still had feelings for Maeve. And then Maeve and Isaac, they ended up kissing and hooking up and stuff, but then when Maeve finds out about the voicemail that was deleted sent by Otis at the end of season 2, she loses trust in Isaac. And then Adam and Eric are also having complications as well, because Eric did not like that Adam wasn't out to his mom, even though, like, Maureen, like, you can tell she would always accept Adam, especially for that. Like, she's sweet, but of course it was Adam's right to come out when he felt it was right, and it just wasn't fair that Eric was pushing him, but Eric wanted to kind of be free. So that's why when he was in Nigeria, that's why he cheated on Adam. So I think it's good for them to be separated. Adam can always find somebody else. At least he had a friendship with Raheem, and he got to go into dog show, and he got an honorable mention, and he has support from Emily and his mother. So that is kind of what's up with Adam. And then Eric, he's just expressing himself more, and yeah, he just wants to be out and proud because he doesn't want to be held back anymore. So Jean and Jacob, they have their complications. First, they get back into a relationship together. Ola and Jacob move in with Otis and Jean, and yeah, it just tensions grow and stuff, and they end up not being together, but Jacob still supports Jean 100%, especially through the pregnancy. And Jean, it was really scary when she almost died in the hospital. That was so scary, and Otis really needed a father figure, and now Jacob can be that. Even if Jean and Jacob aren't together, Jacob promised Otis that he wouldn't leave. One thing I want to mention that I just thought of, Maeve's neighbor's cat died because Cynthia and her husband were having sex, and then the trailer shook and the TV fell, and it was really sad when Jonathan died, because I just felt so bad for her, because that was Cynthia's baby, because she couldn't have kids. So I'm glad we got to learn more about them a little bit more. So yeah, and I just wanted to point that out. I also want to talk about the uniforms and just how Hope was so rude to Cal and the other non-binary student. It was just, no, like, that was just terrible. Also, I want to talk about Jackson and Cal and their feelings for each other and stuff. It's obvious that Jackson, he accepts the LGBTQ plus community, but especially because both of his moms are lesbian and they're married. But he just wasn't ready for that. He's kind of lost in his life, especially now. He doesn't really have anything going for him. Yes, he loves acting, but there was no musical or anything for him to join, so he was just kind of stuck. But then he was very interested in Cal, and they smoked weed together, and it's just they didn't work out because Jackson just wasn't ready for that relationship and to be in a queer relationship. And I really liked how strong Cal was. They were just a great character, great representation, and I was very proud of them for standing up against Hope. So, also relating to Hope, we have Vivian. So, I was really upset with how they did Viv this season. They just made her just like the teacher's pet, but like teacher's pet to Hope. And then we found out that Hope was using her, and then she recorded a voicemail, sent it to everybody, and then that's how they took control back from Hope. But then sadly now, the school won't be run anymore, and they have to find another place to go to school because of the bad representation of Moordale and all the changes and all the controversy with that school. So it backfired, but at least they got back at Hope. So let's see. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Amy and just how she feels lost and that she got help from Jean. I'm really glad she got the help she needed. She accepted her body and made cupcakes that represent vulvas and how all vulvas are different and how all women's bodies are different and beautiful no matter what. And then she also, at the end of the season, broke up with Steve because she needed to be alone. I'm really glad that now Amy is able to be on her own and just grow and overcome all of her past traumas. And now she's not a people pleaser as much, and she's doing what will benefit her and what's comfortable to her. And I think that was needed for her character. Now I'm going to talk about Maven Otis, what you've all been waiting for. I really want Otis to go with Maeve to America for her program because they don't have anywhere to go to school. So why can't Otis get a school in America? Jean can help them pay for like rent and stuff, and they could just live there. But I'm just glad they got to kiss, but it is a slow burn relationship. Lots of people are mad about it. I was kind of upset, but I'm glad they still got to do. So they basically are together, but they're just waiting. So, and I thought their just kiss was beautiful. Like all the other, like you could just tell that they are made for each other. It is just, they are endgame. You knew from that from the start. Even though they had different partners, they are still meant for each other. And from day one, you could tell that they were meant for each other and that they will end up together. And it's renewed for season 4, like right after the season came out, basically. So they're probably gonna have 1 or 2 more seasons, and we will get to see Otis and May be together properly. So don't worry about that. Okay, my last thought. So I really think that the writers, the actors, and everybody else included in the show did a really great job at giving characters opportunities for growth and really making this season well developed and presented. I do think it was weaker than the other 2 seasons, but what I did enjoy was getting good amounts of time for each character, because sometimes they would just be centered around Otis and Eric and Maeve and a few other characters for a few times, and that was it. But each character got their shining moment. And I am so excited for season 4. I'm going to do a theories video on season 4 and predictions. But these are my thoughts on season 3. Overall, I enjoyed the season. Of course, this is one of the best teen shows that is out there because it has everything that a modern teen show needs. It has representation. It has a good plot and story. And lastly, it reaches the target audience of Gen Z. And we love it. So thank you for watching. Share down your comments. Share down your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll reply to you. And let's start a discussion. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day.